sustained to decimate the sweet spot. But I was gonna say the turrets in Wild Rift feel like their range is short compared to League, right? Because I've seen a lot of situations where one last turret shot is what they need. In League PC, I would think that hit that, and here in Wild Rift, it's like, oh, that didn't hit. That's what I'm thinking here. But
Yeah,
here,
and I like that point you made. It's also wait a minute cool though.
oh,
Oh, good
yeah,
thing
like I said,
Anito.
he can use the decoy, but he's still losing these trades straight up.
Alright. Ooh.
Oh, gonna be a big fight here in the mid lane here. Blasphemy getting a fight here as well. Blacko went for the hard roam mid, and they're actually gonna try and secure this as well. The scuttle, so Blacko not gonna go full crazy mode and go for the top lane roam. Just mid lane and scuttle secure for him. But that's big. That's big here, and Milan gives himself a little bit of safety.
Yeah, that's very big given that your early game jungler Lee Sin was able to secure 1 kill for his team early. Relieves a bit of pressure from the top lane as well. So that's definitely great in that regard for PNU SULO, but it's still within the first 3 minutes of the game. Yes, it is a point in dictating the pace. The kill falls into the Ziggs, so it's if it went into the Lee Sin and potentially given the Lee Sin a chance to farm first item GA, that would have been terrible. But oh man, cool, still going at it.
Yeah, and he knows all the only direction he can go to. Good barrier, but
He's
with
dead.
that
Oh
perfect
no, he's not.
decimate, no, the honey fruit clutches it. Just a little snack in the middle of the fight, and this actually is a chance for Anito to strike back. He does have the cyclone, but I think with the honey fruit coming up for cool in a bit as well, then it should be in a good spot for this Darius.
And that flash won't probably be up for in time for that first dragon fight for Anito. So that's very big in that regard. Meanwhile, I think that Sulo has set themselves up pretty well despite that. Not really make any big mistakes, not dying, even though Anito being forced back. Wukong pick, I think it's doing okay against the Darius so far, but nothing spectacular.
Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy that we would have seen from other top laners. I mean, Camille was banned, Fiora was banned as well. If you want to be able to duel a lot topside, I guess Wukong was one of their picks here instead of going for the Garen. Ooh, that is
That's a statement right there.
oh man, blasphemy! The confidence here now, and he's actually going for a serrated Dracophiles, which probably means like going to a Yomu's possibly to be able to get fast and be able to position himself with safeguard. But it's going to be a quick resonating strike there. Not enough with a dragon strike to get the kill, but it is enough to push Kelvs out completely out of this fight. So he has to use the Vault Breaker over his wall. Is it up? It's actually not up just yet. Has to use the ulti to get up as well. Kome has to jump over as well. Cyclone coming through, but immediately he gets bursted. There was no follow-up there from Anita's friends, and he falls down. It is going to be HAU Valiant Wings taking 1 kill back pretty much from Anita this time. His second death kind of feels bad, but at least they prevent SULO taking over.
And all the while, it was Shino split pushing here in the bottom side, having some free farm to himself, catching up in farm, against this Corki.
Oh, but it's gonna get immediately opened up with by Flacco and the Valkyrie, and Zeamace picks up that kill. That is big. That means that once the he should have had a gold for the Triforce, but at least here, I guess, because his recall timed up. He should have the Triforce ready for the Drake just now. But Valiant Wings could have initiative out here, but it doesn't seem like they're pulling the trigger just yet.
Yep, it's still up for grabs, cool. Very impressive that he's sitting on almost 5k without any kills himself. Right there in the top lane. Just goes to show how high his baseline is, or his fundamentals are for Baron lane, and we've seen this. He's been playing Darius all throughout, and his performance has been great. So him being on this Darius once again, it's kind of a threat against SULO. Anito here, oh man,
gonna go for all those hemorrhage stacks. Gets the Nox and Guillotine here. Those bleed procs are not gonna be quite enough to get the kill here. Cyclone reactivated there, but it is going to be the Rift Herald priority for Valiant Wings because Cool did win that solo fight. He didn't need the kill. He would have preferred to have it, but this pretty much secures the Rift Herald in their favor, which they can start leveraging. I think this is one of the few times we've seen in the entirety of UAC where Rift Herald gets taken before the first Drake, right? So that's actually one thing that I need to note here, because now Blasphemy is going to pull the trigger on it.
Yep,
But
but
this
he's
is
getting
leaving
collapsed
Milena.
on.
Look at Milena at the top side getting collapsed on here as well. But now they have to jump over with the blast cone. But now they're all stuck in this area where they're taking a lot of damage. Flacco has to run over. They do secure the Ocean Drake here. But that was dangerously close, because for the most part, that was a 3v3 until Flacco had walked all the way over. And Milen here, he is getting pushed off. He did have to get out of dodge, and this means that this second tier turret is going to fall in the hands of Valiant Wings. That's 2 pieces of turret gold, 2 chunks of turret gold in their favor, and it's cool. Are they still coming through? They're still just escorting the Rift Herald here. It's going to be Blasphemy taking a lot of damage, has to go out as well. Dance will not save Kome here, but it does allow the alley-oop here for Kelbs and Sheena to pick up that kill.
Valiant Wings have successfully brought the gold lead to their favor with that play. Although the Drake fell into the hands of PNU SULO, it is an Ocean Drake, but this completely opens up the Baron lane. It becomes such a long lane in favor of Valiant Wings. That means they could potentially go for a one-wave push there and then just group up to take control over mid and bot.
Yeah, I think one way to look at it is, or to look at how the map is controlled, is you connect the farthest turret you have in a lane to the farthest turret in another lane. So if you look at this, if you connect the top lane inhibitor turret or the Baron lane inhibitor turret for PNU and all the way to the first tier mid lane turret for PNU, that's basically the places where HAU Valiant Wings can have control over. So this actually weakens their center very much and could open up a mid lane push from Valiant Wings very, very soon.
Yeah, it's a very chess sort of mindset, but I do agree with you that that's basically how things go, and that opens up so many opportunities for flanks as well. Cool right now have her stationed in the bottom side.
Blasphemy is there. Apprehend just misses. I think that might have actually saved Cool. If that Apprehend hit, I think Blasphemy would have gone in, but he's not afraid. Here comes Komi for the rescue as well. Goes through
Nice.
with the guillotine. A few more shots from the minions is actually enough to take him down. A little bit too overzealous there from our Noxian General, and Cool gives a kill for free.
Yeah, I think he could have read that play from happening. I mean, he was sort of already quite deep there in enemy territory, and they didn't really have any information where the other champions, the other players of SULO were. So, not sure why he pulled the trigger right there, but they still are in the lead, and I feel like it's just a matter of time where this mid lane tower falls, but not as long as Milen is stationed there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to either get Baron buff to make sure that Milen's wave clear is kind of neutered a bit, but other than that, they need to try and get maybe a pick off on Milen, maybe a pick off on one other member of SULO. I think Cool might have been trying to do that against Anito, but it backfired. But here, with the next Drake spawning very, very soon here, both teams are setting up for it, clearing these side waves. We see Cool going for that as well, but they're going to jump in with a quickness here just to charm PNU SULO. Takes down Flacco to around 30% HP, forces the recall. This could be the opening they need for that mid lane push. But it seems like, yeah, look at that control they have on the top side. You see Chicken Wings, you see Cool right around the corner, stealing away resources from PNU SULO and pressuring them away from the turret. But Resonating Strike, this usual in and out there for Lee Sins.
That play by Kome right there would have actually worked out if only Kelvs had his charm up, which he just used a few seconds before that flash flash engage from the Rakan.
And now they're gonna go into this Mountain Drake without quickness, without Spirit Rush. Meanwhile, PNU SULO has all the tools in their pocket. They have the Mega Inferno Bomb, they have the Monsoon, Dragon's Rage, and Cyclone ready and waiting. So now, but it is the Mountain Drake, so this is giving them a little bit of time here, but PNU SULO is using that downtime to try and pinch onto this mid lane turret and counter the map control that HAU Valiant Wings on this side of the map. Meanwhile, Resonating Strike not gonna come through, does not want to challenge the Spirit Rush, but this Mountain Drake is definitely right now in PNU's control, especially with the Skull Shrine being taken out. Oh, but it's going to be a little bit of chicken wings action there, almost hitting, but it is going to be the quickness coming through. But where's the follow-up? Here comes the Apprehend 2. Mega Inferno Bomb means that Kels takes a lot of damage, but here comes Cool, gets the first kill on the Noxian Guillotine. No follow-up though, and Chicken Wings has to flash out, but that's Flacco dead. But a lot of resources being burned there by HAU Valiant Wings. Are they going to be able to maintain control over this mountain drake? No. In the aftermath, they have to back off and spend the gold they got, and this gives PNU SULO the time and space to get this mid lane turret.
Yeah, despite that lost team fight right there, the fact that Milen was able to stay alive and healthy and still had mana up, they were able to take that mid tier 1 tower, and I would honestly think that that's kind of a win for PNU solo and Sulo in that regard, because that's more control for them in taking taking coverage, taking territory here in preparation for that mountain drake.
Yeah, kind of mitigates a little bit of the damage that HAU did in the Baron lane with so many turrets down. But Cool is still going there as well. He doesn't have a problem just running it down, making sure that the rest of his team has the space to try and take this mountain drake. And once again, Infernal Drake is not been up yet, which means that the Elder, if it reaches that point, could be Infernal, and that's going to be a hotly, no pun intended, contested objective later in the game. So if you do secure the mountain drake, no steal coming in from Blasphemy, has to safeguard out, no contest, which means the next big objective we could see. Oh, Charm coming through though is the trigger for them to pull it, but no full commit. Redemption is a deterrent. Don't want to jump into a team that's been recently popped up the field. Home backs out.
Looking at the team comps right now, I know I said that I'm not sure how I feel about the Lee Sin getting picked up, but right now I think honestly the comp of Sulo is kind of solid in terms of defending their backline. Lee Sin's kick can be used to disengage, Cyclone can be used defensively to peel. There's still Janna Monsoon and knock up as well from her Q. Not to mention that constant shielding. So as long as Corki and Zig stay safe, if ever they decide to siege, I feel like it can really work out for them.
Yeah, and I think Valiant Wings might need to stagger their engage, right? Like, because their first engage will get Monsoon. So I think since they have a couple tools to engage here, they have either the Assault and Battery or the Quickness plus Grand Entrance. I think they could afford to use one as a feint to bait out the Monsoon to make sure that their next engage is a lot better. Like, yes, Dragon's Rage can be used as a disengage, but it's not as all-encompassing as Monsoon is.
Yep, that is true, and all these things are, they can be well executed, or at least more easily executed in LoL PC. But given Wild Rift, where number one, players are relatively newer to the game, and number two, I think precision is a bit more of an issue for mobile. Then those intricacies are a bit harder to execute. So I think it's very much possible.
Oh, Chicken Wings getting caught out though. That's gonna be huge. Has to use the Assault and Battery and the Flash over. No GA to pop here, and he's gonna go down for free. What does Valiant Wings have to do against this? No, nothing actually. With 30 seconds on the clock though, and the rest of Valiant Wings, since they did not have priority elsewhere, they can't actually go for Baron at this point, and Valiant Wings still feels confident with no Dragon's Range, with no Cyclone. They're willing to scrap it out a little bit while waiting for Chicken Wings to come back up.
Chicken Wings can't afford to get caught out like that, buddy, at this stage of the game. 5-4 is the scoreline. Very close game. Cole has had enough walks
to go for this, yeah.
The tower.
But he's gonna get poked out by Zemes and Milan, rightfully so. Ooh, that's gonna be the shield just to defend him, the honey fruit just to top him off. And this is just both of these teams finding openings. Valiant Wings kind of showed a weakness, which PNU SULO exploited. But now the game is still kind of in a standstill. It's just all about finding a way to break the stalemate, and I think the Baron dance is gonna be the key to that.
Yeah, that paired with the next Drake coming up, and that's going to be the Elder already, right?
The Elder as well. It's gonna be Infernal Elder at this point. So, whew, like I said, Infernal is a something to contest. Elder Infernal, you cannot give up. So this is actually something that both teams can. It's gonna add a layer of decision making here. Baron or for the Elder Infernal, because this is going to be a game-changing team fight, whichever it is, or a game-changing creative objective.
Yep, that is true. And the burden of execution, I think, is on Valiant Wings right here because it's hard to really dive, like you said, PNU SULO. I think they're gonna try to right now.
They're gonna try a lot of damage onto the decoy here, but cancels the vault breaker or after the vault breaker, but still gonna come through as well. A lot of knockups, a lot of damage, but part things, ZMAs and Milan are still staying alive. Kome and Chicken Wings go down. Valiant Wings no longer has an in, and Kelbs and Shino will find it very, very difficult to actually make something happen without two of their key engagers. And right now they're just guarding the Infernal Elder here because they know that even though PNU won, they can't actually start the Elder just yet.
Yeah, they really have to play it patiently, be meticulous here because one small mistake can spell the game. That's what we've seen in the previous
There we go. They're gonna do
so
it
far. Oh, 5v3.
10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds on Kome and Chicken Wings. There's no Cyclone. There is a Dragon's Rage. There's no Monsoon here. Very, very dangerous. Gets the Apprehend here onto Milan. A lot of hits coming through. The heal just in time, but the Spirit Orb is going to be able to take him down. Kelbs flashes over for the safety. Look at those Hemorrhage stacks as well. Proccing that GA as well. Pops his own GA at this point, but Kelbs goes down. Shino trying to find Anito at this point. But the important thing here is it's a 2-for-2. Both teams have to back off. Can Valiant Wings make a play on Baron? Chicken Wings is alive. They might have to do that to try and trade back the Infernal Elder that got taken, but PNU SULO is gonna not make that easy.
Yep, no vision setup for PNU SULO, however, so a bait play can be done here by Valiant Wings. I think that's what they're going to do right now. This is gonna... Oh, they have to check this. PNU SULO,
how are they gonna check it though?
Y'all gotta check it,
they're
man.
Just warding. Oh man, he gets jumped, but the Valkyrie is just enough to save him. But no, it is gonna be the charm coming through from Kome. They take him out. Assassination complete. That's gonna be Anita now, leaving a decoy back as just a little bit of a parting gift to SULO. And now I think Valiant Wings can go for a Baron attempt. Zamaze is down. That's one big component of their DPS out of the picture. Kome, Chicken Wings, and Kelbs are back in the picture here as well. They are taking a lot from the Baron, but now they have this. At least they can start shoring up because Saya not really a turret pusher, and they don't really have the best in terms of in terms of hard push. They could go for a split push with Cool and Kelbs, but there's gonna be Infernal Elder though in the hands of SULO. That's permanent.
Yeah, permanency might be the name of the game for at the very least this fourth match of this best of 5 series. And Valiant Wings have to make full use of this Baron buff for sure. I think they have to at the very least find one tier 3 tower and take it down, because if they can't and we head into the really late game where everyone has fully decked out itemizations, then Valiant Wings is gonna have a heck of a hard time pulling out a good engage, given that the map is so opened up, and all that PNU SULO has to do is come marching down mid lane and siege.
And that's going to be very easy with how much safety they've afforded for themselves. So they are shoving in the wave here. Cool, a little bit too deep here, and now Kelbs is not around the corner, so he's taking a lot of damage. His GA has already been popped earlier. No, how Valiant Wings faltering. They can take back one turret here. Are they gonna force it? No, they cannot force the tier 3. Kelbs was not there. He needed to recall, and Cool was a little too deep at that point. Big mistake there from the Valiant Wings. Stops the momentum of this Baron.
Yeah, Cool couldn't keep his cool right there. I mean, that wasn't necessary at all, that overextension, and his whole team pays dearly for it. So a reset has to come here, and given that the death timers are very long, 20 minutes right now, that's a huge chunk of their Baron buff being wasted in terms of time.
Like I said, they have to make full use of this Baron buff, so this is literally them throwing away opportunities to get back or to win the game. because Infernal Elder was taken. That's what they traded this Baron for. So this Baron, they have to make it worth it, Infernal Elder, because this makes PNU Solo's damage hurt so much with that Elder, with that Flame, with that damage buff. So
And there's no more Baron.
and there's no more Baron at this point. Cool kind of just trip up the rest of his team at that point. So either they kind of like just pressure the side waves, they can do that, but Cool has to not overextend too much, and then maybe they can go for a Baron play, control the area around this map. Good thing that they got tier 2 of that Baron lane, so they can exert a little bit of control over this jungle though.
Yeah, I mean, Cole, he has to be a bit tighter in terms of reading the map, I feel. This has happened multiple times in this series already where he's caught overextending, and I think if it's any time to fix that, it's right now, because this is match point for them. If they win this, it's all over. All they need to do is execute a 1-3-1 properly, possibly take Baron or do another Death Brush play that can enable them to get an ace.
Oh, Kelvs gets pushed away, gets kicked, goes for the safeguard over, but cannot finish the kill. Even burns the Spirit Rush, but the Dragon's Rage is down. One thing, the silver lining here is that even despite all that, they're down to their third tier turrets here for PNU, which means that yes, Valiant Wings has control over the jungle. They have vision set up here on the Baron. Meanwhile, PNU SULO does not. So once again, they're going for a Death Rush here. Spirit Rush is not available, but if Blasphemy gets caught out, he does have the GA, does have the safeguard. But once again, Cool is in kind of a dangerous spot here. He's not getting jumped by the rest of the members of PNU, but PNU takes this chance where Cool is all the way deep in to go for a mid lane push. And here, Valiant Wings can't respond to that. They can't face a 4v4 without their Darius, because that's where a lot of their gold is concentrated around.
Yep, and not only that, Darius just serves as their front line right now. But this time around, the Darius doesn't have time to play with multiple ranged sources of damage. The previous game or the game before, I'm not sure. There were 4 melee champions on PNU SULO squad. Now there are only 2 of them. So it's a bit harder for this Darius to in Filipino maghanap ng diskarte. You know? So it's kind of it's difficult to say the least, but still Valiant Wings, they still have overall map control, I would say. They have the pick-off potential from Vi and the Ari. So they have to find the Death Rush play somewhere, somehow, to win this game.
Yeah, and the Baron might be the key to that. They have to use all this pressure that Cool is kind of building up in this bot side, and all the pressure that they built up from the inner turrets being taken down. Make something happen with this Baron. Go for it and turn, or go for a Death Rush. Either way, they have to make something happen. But maybe they're the ones that get Death Rush here. But no, he's getting stolen away with Blasphemy. Actually, very cleanly, I think he's the one that got that.
That could have been a play from Blasphemy, just to safeguard into Dragon's Rage 3-man play right there. But I think he was a bit too hesitant to do that sort of maneuver. Still, Valiant Wings, I think PNU SULO, they're just gonna do what they did a minute back again. Just march down mid, siege that tower, and it's gonna be hard to stop that.
And at this point, Cool has to make a decision here, because if PNU SULO just does the same thing, that's Inhibitor. If they let that happen once again, but here I think they realize, okay, we can't get too overzealous. We don't want to get pincer from behind by 4 on one side and the Darius on the other. So right now they're backing away, once again conceding a lot of control to Valiant Wings here. They're not just conceding the lane space here, they're also conceding vision control, they're conceding jungle camps, which is gonna extend the gold lead a little bit. The Elder Infernal at this stage in the game is actually worth a lot, so I guess you could say that this is actually more like a 1k 1k gold lead for Valiant Wings and not a 2k one. Actually, with this 2k gap, it might actually just be even with the Elder Infernal and the Vamp stats promotion.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The longer the game goes, there's no more items being built, and that Infernal Soul will really serve as the difference maker. Oh, look at this though. Baron is being started by Valiant Wings. It's gonna be on Kelbs, I believe, because anyone Chicken Wings Vault Breakers here, the 2 key targets aside from the Janna, has a stasis boot enchant. So
Mhm.
the charm is what's gonna win them the game. It really has to be
Momentum
that.
has to prevent them from going to stasis, right? Like, and then they need, and once again, it's kind of a problem of precision. It's much harder to be precise on mobile. So that means that if they can pull it off, then that's a testament, right? You prevent the Zonya's enchant from going off by chaining your CC in such a way where you get the kill before all of that happens. That could be a statement, but then again, they've got a couple of GAs on their side as well, so it's really about making sure Zeamis or Milen are the targets here.
It's gonna be very difficult. Even I would be happy even if Flaco were
Oh,
the
but
ones to get
five
picked
mid.
off.
They're only sending one to recall now, but cool. Okay, he's not gonna blunder once again, but he is building up a wave. And
Look at that wave
look at
again.
that wave! Oh
What's
my
with these
lord. Yeah.
bottom lane waves, dude?
Yeah, man. Look at the HP on that. It's like a 10% at this point. So if they can continue that kind of pressure on two sides of the side lanes, then Valiant Wings can bleed PNU out. But once again, like I said, the longer this game goes, PNU Solo, both teams are gonna have full items, but one side is gonna have an extra Elder Infernal buff.
I wonder if any of these wait,
Oh,
whoa.
there's gonna be a lot of damage here coming in from Blasphemy. He is gonna get pushed away in the middle of the fight, gets pushed away. He's gonna be Comey going down, still very healthy on the side of PNU though. GA being popped on chicken wings, and now I think Valiant Esports, Valiant Wings has to back off. Once again, this is a fight where Cool cannot participate in, and PNU is the one that takes this out.
Ooh. Kicked out
Really?
the
He's
Brux.
gonna do that? Damn, that's rude. Prevents the recall, but cool. Maybe he
Oh
can
my
find
gosh, he
time.
flashed in.
Flashed in for that. He didn't get the secure, but here comes Cool with a desperation play. The Zonya's just straight up tucks him from that kill. The desperation play didn't work, and the Baron is still secured. PNU, they've got Baron empowered minions with
Oh wait,
a six Corki.
the bottom lane tier 3 got
Oh man.
destroyed again from the minions.
But still, though, that's still Baron on the side of PNU, which they can heavily leverage going into the mid lane. The good thing for Valiant Wings is that they have natural counter pressure in the Dragon lane, and their top tier one turret is still up. So this means that if PNU Sulo wants to go mid, then they're going quite deep in territory. But Valiant Wings, can they fight back here against the comp that PNU has? I think they really need to go for a like the same thing where you go for a three or two pronged
Oh
attack.
no,
Right, but
Kelvs,
mid lane goes down. Yeah,
Kelvs showed himself there. He was already in a perfect flanking position. I don't think he should have backed off like that.
although this is gonna get demolished real quick. And the wave building up here. Kelv's wave clear against Baron empowered minions is like nothing. But PNU Soul is gonna come marching down onto this Nexus. They're gonna engage
Ooh,
at the
that's pretty
desperation
good.
of Valiant Esports to try and knock them out. But PNG Sulo, they have their eyes on the prize. They go for the Nexus and they keep this a 2-2 with momentum in their favor. Resets it into a last game 5. Play the Silver Scrapes because it's going to be Sulo versus HAU, still going to game 5.
So it's 2-2 now. Sulo, Valiant Wings. After that, that game was so long. How long did that last? More than 20 minutes. Look at the gold values. Almost everyone passed the
Yeah,
20k mark.
that was a very long game, which tells us two things. Either these players are tired, right?
Right.
They're tired, they can't finish the games fast enough, or it also tells us that Valiant Wings is like fighting through that fatigue, right? To keep them, well, actually, no, it was pretty even until the point where Cool gets taken down, until the point where Baron gets thrown. So here is going to be the moment of truth, game 5.
Yeah. And I think that Valiant Wings have to put Cool on a different Baron
Mhm.
laner because he's already proven that he can really wreak havoc in team fights. But what I think the Valiant Wing squad needs to do is put him on a really strong split push or something like
Hmm.
Fiora, something like Camille, perhaps
Both of
maybe
those
with
were
a
bad.
Jax or something,
Hmm.
or maybe an Akali, because Akali is still good.
Yeah, it's been
It's
left
still
open.
good. Yeah, it's
And
just
if it reached that point, right, that late game, Akali's actually better at that stage.
right. So, the thing is, Sulo, they've proven that they can play the team fighting front to back siege comp very well.
Hmm.
So, Valiant Wings, either they match that or they play more 1-3-1 and commit to that
Hmm.
more. Not
Yeah.
draft a comp that's kind of an in between. So I
Hmm.
think that's gonna be key for them. And for PNU Sulo's side, I think honestly just keep going for these team fight comps with siege potential, and I think they
Hmm.
can win as long as they don't blunder in the side lanes.
Yeah, I think just staying alive is again maybe against Cool, against Kelbs as well, is going to be very important here. And man, this is tough. It's going to be game five. Both of these teams do or die at this point. And Valiant Wings, they don't want to lose to Sula. They want to keep that prestige that their organization has. Meanwhile, Sula, true to their name, they want to be the bearers of the torch for their alliance organization. Get that first step closer into getting a grand finals win for their organization is going to be a testament to the rest of the alliance organizations that we have in AcadArena. So, man, I'm very, very proud. And I did say in the group stage that Sulo had my eye from day one, day two, most likely.
Yeah, so it was a precursor, I guess, to this point, and it really is up to them how much of their best selves they can pull out during
Hmm.
this series. So if it falls short on their side, then the journey has ended at the very least for season 2 of UAC. But if
Hmm.
they push beyond their limits, then that precursor which you were talking about in the group stages, it continues on up
Hmm.
until the
The grand
finals.
finals up
Yes.
against CPU. So that's gonna be uh, a lot to take in, and of course, all like we were talking about alliance organizations, just like all of these teams that we have in the UAC, like are all alliance orgs, right? There's no like open qualifiers. There is Division B, so by the end of it all, the bottom two, I think, no, the bottom two of each group or no, oh, yeah, the bottom two will be sent to
Yeah.
promos and relegations, and then that's a chance for Division B teams to get up to Division A for next season of UAC Wild Rift. And all of these teams are from alliance organizations, which get special benefits such as event support, mentorship, scholarships from the Globe Esports Merit Scholarship. So if you want to get in on all of this collegiate esports action, just check out acadarena.com/alliance and join the AcadArena Alliance program.
Yeah, and like as what Hiron said, this is
Mhm.
definitely a good place because there is an avenue for progression in esports. If you're playing competitively, it's not as if you get in, you're stuck where you are.
Yeah.
You can move up until you reach that grand
Mhm.
final slot. And there's a lot of growth here, not just in
Mhm.
competition. You can also grow in other aspects in esports, Hiron. So some of these teams have coaches, some of these teams have
Mhm.
managers, and some of these
Yeah.
teams, have, editors for them as well. So
Mhm. It's a very holistic like progression, right? Like it's not just about the players uh because obviously in collegiate leagues and other amateur leagues, teams or pro teams are still looking at and then like, is there talent here that we can scout? And we have seen that happen before.
yeah,
From players, from known players in AcadArena, and even from like all the way from LBL days. But it's also not like you said. You can become a team manager for the team. Like if you start up an organization, right? And
right.
a coach, a manager, they can be their pub guy, the one that like, makes their graphics for their pubs as well. And all of these are experiences that you can bring all the way once you're like a professional in your field, whether you're a visual arts professional, a broadcast professional, just someone who's really good at Wild Rift. All these are paths that you can take, and the AcadArena Alliance program is definitely one road that will help you along that journey.
Yep, definitely an opportunity up for grabs if ever you are an esports enthusiast, not necessarily a
It'll have to be good.
hardcore
Yeah,
esports gamer, if
yeah.
your passions can align and overlap here in AcadArena. So,
Mhm.
but talking about again University Alliance Cup, this wouldn't be a thing without our amazing sponsors and partners. Once again, UAC 2021 is powered by Globe Telecom, our official telco sponsor, ASUS, ROG Phone 5, our presenting sponsor, Logitech, GR Gear partner, Riot Games, our publishing partner, and last but not least, Twitch Student, our platform partner. Thank you very much. Wow, two for two right now. Hi, Ron.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we're getting approaching game 5, and it is the moment of truth. A good game, like not just a good game, a good entire series to
yes.
cap off the weekend here before we go into like a week break, not a week break, into a week's worth of a break to go into the grand finals, which will be happening
Mhm.
on the 13th. So just next week, same, I believe same time. No, we'll just confirm. We'll just check out the AcadArena Facebook page for updates on the schedule. But either way, it is going to be a great end to the journey of all these teams in UAC. And here, semifinal second match we have today. Valiant Winks from Holy Angel University. Will they do the Valiant Esports Club proud? And will the SULO team be the torchbearers, the pioneers for their school to get into the grand finals here? Ziggs and Rengar ban against SULO. Fiora and Jana ban against Valiant Winks, and Cool picks up a Camille. Could also go to next. And here, Gragas being picked up.
So two of the champions which
Mhm.
were banned out mostly in the previous games,
Go
Camille
through.
and Gragas, have been left open, and each one go to one team, you know.
Mhm.
But I think this is great a bit more for actually no, it's
Mhm.
good for Winx in a way
We're
that
finally gonna see
will.
Bro.
Ooh, is this a Brom? Nice. I really like
Yeah, they pick
seeing
up the
seeing Broms
Brom.
because it's such a game-changing support.
Yeah,
Uh, with that unbreakable with this ult that can disrupt the whole team
and I
fight.
think and
You
I
know.
think that's new ground here for Kome. Like if you look at group stage, all Kome played was Rakan, Seraphine, Lulu. Those have like very few in overlap with the role that Braum plays. So I'm really glad to see Kome here put that in his pocket here. Meanwhile, Sula, they pick up the Galio, they pick up the Wukong as well. So they have a very good comp of diving in with the Galio support here. They still have the damage to back it up. Um, so it's going to be Valiant Wings. We're going to be picking up here Ari as well. For Kelbs here with the Olaf. So the good thing here with this Olaf pick is that they still have the CC to back it up. And it's going to be
Yeah.
Corky being quite safe because of the Braum here from Kome.
Come on, lock in the Yasuo Dragon Lane carry, please. Just go all in with Wukong knock-up, Galio knock-up, Diana knock-up, Gragas knock-up. Where's that Yasuo
Oh,
Dragon Lane
man.
carry?
I
But
don't think we're gonna be seeing it. I mean,
this,
if there's any team to pull out the Yasuo here, it would be Valiant Winks with Cool picking up the Yasuo once, but I don't think this is the time. I don't think a 2-2 do or die is the time to bring out the Yasuo comp here for Valiant Winks. But for Sulo, I like this. A lot of safety here for Zeames. Other than the Featherstorm, they have the Hero's Entrance for emergencies if they're not using it to wombo combo, the disengage from the explosive cast. Meanwhile, Valiant Winks has decent poke. The orb from Kelv's gonna be able to put the poke out. Not to mention Sheena's poke on that Corki, but they do have that all-in potential with Cool and Next diving in.
yeah, so this basically means a lot of options for both of these teams. I guess it's more of a going in sort of comp for Valiant Winx, given that there is an Olaf, there is a Camille, but on the other team comp for Sulo, like you said, Galio support can be used defensively, Wukong, Cyclone as well, Gragas ult as well. Oh, Kelvs, gotta
Oh,
be
already
careful there.
doesn't face check into like a million knockups, gets justice punished into body slam. But okay, just a little bit chill here. But it seems like they are looking to make something happen. They get early deep vision onto the blue buff here, so they will know when blasphemy is around the corner on that side, which will give Shino and Komi here a little bit of breathing room.
Yep. And man, I think that the thing that SULO has to avoid here at the very least is what they've been doing whenever they're against an Olaf, which is to avoid him in the early game. They have the Gragas jungle, so that's not particularly strong against an Olaf. It can be used to combo, but Valiant Wings has the Brom, so that's very scary. Olaf plus Brom in the early game, they kind of have to veer
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah, you get slowed. You get slowed by the Winter Spite. You get slowed by the Undertow, and then he just wails on you for the concussive blows proc. Oh, Shino Chicken Wings. They've got a 3-man here to let the ward was the setup for this. They push Blasphemy out, and with Kelvs having a little bit of priority mid lane, which means he can go to disrupt Milan as he tries to go, but they could get pincered here. Flacco is right around the corner, but they can't turn if he's not careful. Forces Flacco to flash, and that I believe this blue buff is gonna get secured by Blasphemy, but they forced the flash out on Blasphemy and Flacco. They have control over the scuttler.
Yeah, that's very good for the jungler of
So
Valiant
going.
Wings.
They're
They
gonna go
contesting.
for the scuttle contest here. Cool gets chunked hard by the turret here, which could mean that this is no longer viable for Wings, but SULO just straight up concedes the second scuttler. I think Anito or Blasphemy is satisfied with just having his blue not stolen.
Yeah, that's a pretty okay result right here. Shino being left in a 1v2 situation in the Dragon lane though is the consequence of pulling the support top side.
Oh, Chicken Wings
Okay.
taking a lot of damage here. Here comes a hook shot trying to take down Anito, but Anito flashes over after the decoy, and that is going to be a dead Chicken Wings, and Anito goes down as well. But at least they don't get
Whoa,
enough.
what?
Storm comes through. It actually follows up with a flash. Cool does not have his hook shot, but just ready right now. Goes for the precision protocol into the execution and do the Hextech ultimatum. He go for Milen. He's trapped in this corner. He picks up the kill for Cool. And that might be a big swing for this Baron lane here with Cool getting that kill. He gets value from his Ignite, which is important early. And that is going to be huge here. Kelvs as well, challenging Anito, chunks him down, pushes him out. It's going to be real rough, but the gold is still pretty much even.
Yup, but what is important here is what you said, Cool. Having 2 kills this early on a split pushing carry, that's win con right there, and not just win con from a team comp perspective, but from a player perspective as well. We all know what Cool can do on a carry, and now he's not just on a Darius, he's on a split pushing Camille.
Yeah, and with this lead that he's gotten for himself, 2 kills, after he recalls, it's going to be quite scary here. Anito here, I think he's a little bit more comfortable fighting it out and trading against Cool, but he has the red buff. He has the red buff, so he's getting pushed away. After this wave, Cool might go for the recall. Just gonna get that cannon minion as well. Just make sure that he gets that. But he's going all the way. He pokes Anito out, which means he's very confident in taking this. He goes all the way back just to get to the wave as well. But I think now's the time for him to recall.
Yeah, that's a really great priority. Oh, Flacco comes in to dish out some damage right there. Something important to note there is Diana, who is ahead in gold as well. Ari doesn't have her first item just yet. Meanwhile,
my
the round
God,
of ages
that's
already completed. Wait, what?
That's a full Triforce for Cool.
That's a yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. That's a yikes.
I mean, he gets all of that gold from those 2 kills. Cloud Drake, I think, is not their priority right now. They're okay with leaving it alive. Herald might be the part where they do contest because they could get a big momentum swing by taking down some turrets. But either way, this means that Anito cannot go for the trade unless he gets a really good decoy out. Look at this. He does get out some cheeky hits out, and wow, he's actually using the decoy. He's actually using the decoy to absorb the precision protocols here. This starts a fight with the Idol of Duran here on the 2 members of PNU. SULO having to run out. That is going to be them taking down Milen here, though, and that 1 member down. Kelvs cannot rush over, has to go for the Spirit Rush. But it's going to be Charm missing as well.
Wait, what?
Secure it. They counter, or rather they don't let PNU steal it away after they were the ones who started. Valiant Wings, they take that away. The Cloud Drake, not the biggest steal in the world, but that's still resources taken by Valiant Wings. That's still kills from that Drake fight being taken by the Valiant Wings.
Wait, was that an Undertow that stole the dragon?
I believe so, because Smite is not on cooldown.
Oh no,
It
that's
could have it could have it could have been a Hail Mary undertow or a yeah.
That's kind of a feels bad man. You know, he left cool split pushing top lane. That was this could have been a 5v4 if it extended, but man, an undertow stealing first trick. That's a bit of a tilter, but you know, PNU SULO, they've experienced these sort of situations before. They're not exactly this isn't an alien sort of spot to
Yeah.
be in for them.
And at least it's
All
not an Infernal.
Yeah, although it is a a 3k gold lead, and they
Pretty
have
much.
minus tempo here to contest this rift
I
around.
think Valiant Wings played it smartly, right? Like even though Chicken Wings was on Ragnarok, by the time that he got chunked down, he had the prudence to just get out of dodge and let the rest of his team deal with the damage he already did. But here,
Right, right.
with the Scuttlers as well, they can start really taking down. They take down that Baron lane turret. It might transition all the way to Dragon lane here, push out Anito, and that's actually gonna go straight for the once again. That's what Anito's been doing. That's why he was able to trade. He uses a decoy to absorb the precision protocols, but here he might not have that trick here. Gonna go for the Cyclone, a lot of damage. GA is gonna get popped here. That's gonna be a hook shot and go over as well as the Hextech ultimatum gets knocked up by the Cyclone, but it doesn't care. The adaptive defense is gonna let him finish that off safely without the scratch. But this gives PNU SULO the right, the power to take this mid lane turret, and that's going to open up the map for themselves.
Yep. And I feel that Home could have done a bit more there to stop. He did have the unbreakable up. It could have forced the tower aggro to follow to the champions of PNU SULO. He could have used his ult there to stop that push as well. But nonetheless, 4.5k gold lead to Valiant Wings right there. Proactive plays are being made by them left and right. And this mid lane is gonna be next for the taking for them. It's gonna be actually not too difficult to take in my opinion, since there's no more Corki, there's no more Ziggs for wave clear this time around. It's just going to be that Saya and perhaps the Gragas, but the
And
Gragas
the
is
Winds of
building tank.
War,
Yeah.
yeah, and the Winds of War here, of course, yeah, no AP for Fluff since he's on support. So yeah, it's a little bit hard to wave clear here, especially with Shino, Kelvs, and even the Overtow could be used to get some minions in as well. But they can't really hard commit because it leaves them open for Anito to go in, or Milen or Blasphemy.
And Cool right now is left to his own devices in a good way, but unengaged.
Oh, it's gonna be Blasphemy trying to make something happen. Gets a concussive blows. The Idol Durant only catches one.
Nice
Just
charm.
leaves their flank open there with a charm hitting from Kelvs and the rest of the squad. The formation is broken. Here comes Cool.
Oh, the
All the way in the
cancel.
back line. Goes all the way back. Gets the attention of Sulo while Valiant Wings finishes off Milen. And now they have tempo on this as well. Charm is gonna hit and doesn't even need the run it back from the orb. And that's gonna be them taking down this mid lane turret. Basically on top of all the kills that they got just in time for Drake. They're a little bit low, so I think they have to recall and then get back to Drake as fast as possible. It is Infernal.
That was, if anything, I'd call that a tempo break from Valiant Wings. Just immediately going for that play right there in the mid lane. What started from some sort of scuffle between Blasphemy and Kome ended up with Kelvs diving in with a charm follow up, the flank from Cool, cancellation of Galio ult using Hextech Ultimatum, and that
So
flash
smart.
charm from Kelvs as well to secure that additional kill. And now they're on Infernal. They're gonna be able to secure this. Top side is gonna be the play for PNU
Cool.
SULO, but
Why is he
it's
just
Cool.
1v2ing? He's gonna get knocked
1v2.
up as well. His adaptive defenses are protecting him here, but he has to hook shot after that as well. Has the honey fruit just to top himself off in terms of HP. The rest of the squad is here. Slows has the body slam out to prevent any follow up. And it's gonna be PNU SULO getting out of dodge. Valiant Wings has control over the Baron. I don't think they can quite take it just yet, but they do have the pressure and control over it. And look at the jungle of SULO. Look at all those wards from Valiant Wings.
Yeah, that's so much information that Valiant Wings can use to their favor in terms of navigating across the map. At the very least, for the next couple of minutes, you know, it's very interesting actually in Wild Rift how the warding cooldowns work. The yellow trinkets as well as the sweeping lens. Like one comes off cooldown as long as the other is used. Something like that. So I'm not sure if teams have come to a point where they've found a template in terms of how to use that effectively. But still, Valiant Wings have done a great job. They're just controlling the jungle and pushing down these tier 2s right now.
Yeah, and right now PNU Solo can try, but here's the thing: it's very hard to knock off the siege of a team that has Braum. Braum is like the siege shield, right? And he absorbs all the hits, and that's going to be the second tier turret going down as well. More gold in their pocket, leading up to a 10k gold lead on the side of Valiant Winks. If they once they recall, they're gonna have a lot of money to spend here, and here Cool gets a pretty big wave. Yummy, yummy, being able to extend his carry potential here with that big wave that got built up on the Baron side.
Yep, it's more than a 10k gold lead right now. This is the Valiant Wings that we've kind of come to know before this series starts, and I think this is their shape. That's that sort of shape that we were expecting them to be in. I mean, they were in that shape previously, but this gap has not existed so far in the previous games, and it's not even late game. It's just like
Yeah.
in the mid game still. So Valiant Winks, wow, I don't know what happened to them, man. What did they have during
I think
the
they
short
polished
break?
it up. They polished it up. They hyped themselves up, even through the fatigue of a best of five. They they basically flip the switch and say, okay, this is do or die, and we're gonna do. We're not gonna die. And Valiant Winks here, crazy with his 10k, and I think it's just also the movements, right? They became more proactive. Because usually, the more tired you get, the less proactive you want. You want just things to happen to you rather than you making them happen. And Valiant Wings capitalizes on that. They're the ones that pull the triggers. They're the ones that invade to try and get the tempo lead. They're the ones here to try to go for these dives, and this is actually working out quite well for them.
That is true, and I wonder where this Brom pick has been all this time.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like
it's been
Komi
doing
never
so
picks
much
this
work.
up.
Yeah, it's a surprise, but a great surprise for his teammates, Valiant Wings. So
Yeah,
they're
surprise.
suffocating SULO right now, suffocating them so much. One more tier 2 tower up, and Dragon is about to spawn. They can just back set up a death brush play, maybe take it for themselves right away, and
Yeah.
then go for Baron after. The game is in their hands. The only thing that can lose them the game is do something similar like they did before, which is dive SULO in their tier 3 inhibitor tower. I mean,
Yeah, that's
this
one thing that could lose them the game, depending on how the waves are. But how Winx has been playing this so far is that they don't give PNU too much room to breathe, right? Like the way they've been playing, they always push up their minions so far up that they have control over the jungle, they have control over Drake, the Vision, because getting those jungle camps this late in the game, stealing them away from PNU, takes away one big comeback mechanic. They've been doing that constantly. Every time they do a run by on the jungle, they take it. There's gonna be a charm going through as well. Milen having to jump away here, but he's gonna get stunned up. Moonfall gonna try and buy himself some time. The shield from the Pale Cascade not gonna be enough. And they just come through. Hero's entrance through the backline as well to try and mitigate the damage that this OA can do, but they're still gonna be feeling the pain. Here's Kels. He's a man on a mission. Can he get the kill here now? They've isolated. An isolated pawn comes here and they eat it up. They capture him. Go for the turret now. And they're going to be extending your gold even further. 14k now. Recall, spend that gold. Get the Baron. That's the play here from Bounce Face. Get the red buff on their way out. Maybe that's a little bit too rash. So they just get out of there. Get out of dodge real quick. Set up for the Baron.
that really started with a half-baked play from Sulo to go on to Cool, but because Kome was in position to help Cool out, it just turned into a team fight collapse by Valiant Wings. They pulled the trigger, they punished Sulo, who's the team who was like 11k under their gold. Now it's 13k. It's much bigger now. So Valiant Wings, everything's open for them. I honestly think they can just start the Baron whenever they want. No need to like have a split pusher down at bottom. Uh, just turn the team fight around. If ever Sulo contests, you don't have to finish the Baron. Just don't waste time anymore. You have a 14k gold lead right here in
Yeah.
your pockets, and just I think this is just time to go for it.
Mhm. I mean, they have all the safety in their hands. They have, but it seems like they're just about to start moving here because with Shino going all the way to Dragon Lane, it's gonna delay their Baron attempt a little bit, give PNU a little bit of room to respond to this. But honestly, at this point, PNU they're having a difficult time making something happen with the Baron to try and take back control of the Baron because they can't really contest. It's too dangerous to go for wards in their own jungle. Could be a death rush happening at any moment. And here, Cool is just waiting for prey. It's like a Venus flytrap at this point. But Glacial Fisher not going to hit anyone just yet. But flashes over to finish the kill onto Blasphemy. And now the next targets here are going to be Flacco. It's going to be real tough. Idol of Durant is to try and buy his team a little bit of time. They're actually scattering Valiant Winks here. The heroes answer Chicken Wings going to try and take down Zeames. Oh no. A team ace here from SULO onto Valiant Wings. A little bit too overzealous from the Valiant squad. They give up the Baron in exchange for one kill and an ace. PNU, they're gonna make their way back into this game.
No way, right? No way, SULO.
No way. No way. Unless JK, unless.
Oh man.
Fleeting empathy.
Did I jinx it?
Jinx it? You hard jinxed it, man.
Did I jinx it, man?
But that was Valiant. That was okay. To reiterate that Idol of Durant from Flacco gave Zeames all the room in the world to go for those free hits.
Yes.
Just
Milen as well.
Yeah,
Milen went in for a really beautiful moonfall right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how exactly Cool wasn't able to isolate one of the targets from SULO with Venus flytrap that he said, like you said. But Dragon's up, it's gonna be so
okay. They still have a 10k gold lead. They can't. Yeah. If it happens, if the same thing happens, it's gonna be a huge tilter. It's gonna be a huge tilter, man. It is an Elder Mountain, not the biggest priority, but in games like this where you can throw a 10k gold lead into an ace, you need all the stats that you can get for combat.
But I do understand the potential of teamfight from SULO.
Yes.
You know, Wukong comes in with the Cyclone setup from Gragas CC as well. Follow-up from Hero's entrance into Moonfall, perfect Featherstorm. You know, things like that can
like in
happen.
The choke points?
Yeah, things like that can happen, but I don't think
Janna.
I don't think Valiant Winks I think they're smart enough to not just situate all of them inside the Dragon Pit, you know. I don't think that's gonna happen. But SULO definitely have the tools to flip the table around when it comes to team fights, but they have to play it perfectly, no cap.
Mm-hmm. And Valiant Winks here, they're dealing with this Baron buff proactively. They're not letting the Baron buff give PNU SULO any ground. They're clearing the minions, they're keeping control. Because of the Baron, the only space that they can reach is maybe midway between the first tier where the first tier and second tier turrets would be, but they're slowly inching forward, challenging PNU SULO. And once that Baron buff is gone, Valiant Winks can pull the trigger once the Hand of Baron combat sets are gone.
Yep, that is true. It's good. Is it a solo dragon take from the Olaf? I think no, he actually backs off in fear of getting collapsed on.
Oh,
right
Blasphemy!
here.
Concussive blows on him. That's gonna be the Winter's Bite. No follow through. Has to be careful though, and this is a dance between Anito and Cool, right? Like, obviously Cool is gonna be the one to assert his dominance here, but it's all about how there's obviously one leading the dance, and Anito, if he's able to match the steps very well, then he can maybe get on scene faster than Valiant Winks. But they are gonna start this Elder Mountain at this point. And this is gonna be the turning. This could be the game-ending team fight. Blasphemy taking a lot of damage here from Shino. Has to be careful. Shino from the side as well, blasting them with the rockets, pushing them out slowly. They've been repelled. Cool still pressuring the top side. Is PNU SULO gonna try and make something happen here in Drake, or are they gonna deal with Cool at the top side? How much faith do they have in Anito? The dragon is cancelled. Baron is gonna be up in 10 seconds. Cool is still pressuring, but PNU SULO shows no signs of going for him just yet. They're meandering around mid lane. Will something happen. This game is a ticking powder keg at this point. Idle Duran only hits one. Kelvs comes in with a Spirit Rush as well. That's gonna be a lot of damage here coming from Chicken Wings, but here comes Cool.
Nice.
The Featherstorm as well. They bait out all of the utility from SULO, but now the game comes crashing down.
Oh!
Idol of Duran on the
Oh!
three. PNU SULO,
No
they're tearing
way.
down the formation of Valiant Wings. This is gonna be crazy, but no, Valiant Wings recovers. They stabilize. They keep Cool and Kells alive, but that was dreadfully close. 3-4-2.
Yo, I was
Yo,
shaking, man. I mean,
yo.
I thought that was Sulo already winning that team fight, but at the last second, Valiant Wings turned things around, and it's a battle of margins right now. Late game
Oh lord.
already, 21
Oh no,
minutes.
here comes Milan. Here
Oh
comes
no.
Milan. Chicken Wings is super low. This is stealable. Anito is right around the corner as well.
Nice
Cool
dodge.
and Cows are playing keep away. Have to burn the GA. That's him. This Mountain Drake is quite tanky. It's just gonna be a 2v2 versus Drake right now. But here comes Chicken Wings. He is able to recover with a GA. PNU, the desperation play from them didn't work out, and they get late ace now, and now Anito and Milen are down for 40 seconds. Enough time for Valiant Wings here, maybe to shove in these waves and pick up the Baron. PNU Sula, that could have been bad for them. Just that Drake attempt or that Drake intercept attempt.
I think Melon's ult could have come up just in time if only Melon waited a bit more. Just a
Because that's
bit more.
mountain. Matagal yun. Matagal yun eh. So you can actually afford to wait a little bit.
Yeah, so I guess it's the nerves getting to them.
Mhm.
Cool and Kome doing a good job zoning away
They
Sulo
have
right there.
Baron.
So
They have to use this Baron to end.
there's
15k gold lead.
Baron, there's
Gone.
a fully dragoned up Valiant Wing squad.
PNU Sulo, what are they gonna do?
No
They
no way, right?
15k. They made it happen with 10k, 15k. They're gonna try here in this choke point as well. Glacial Fissure from the side means that the Kelvs has full safety as well. Milan can't find an in. A killing spree goes to Chicken Wings as well. Zeme's on the run. GA not popped just yet, but the inhibitor turrets are going down. The Nexus is next on the chopping block, and HAU Bound Wings, they don't go for any kills. They just go for the Nexus. HAU Valiant Wings flap their wings, snuffing out PNU Sula's Torch Flame and getting the win. Then this best of 5, closer than it should have been with a 15k gold lead, but they run it back. They get the win in this series and they secure themselves a spot in the grand finals against CPU Golden Lions next week. Look at that. Valiant Wings.
Wow, I don't think I could have put it in a better way than you, Hyrod. It was such a loaded series all the way to the fifth game,
Wow.
back and forth with
Oh
I
man.
think two games going past 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
And that was
I
also the closest 15k gold lead I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a good point. It didn't seem
It's
like
kind of
a
stressful.
fifth. Right, but before I congratulate Valiant Wings, I have to say Sulo.
Mm.
They really showed up,
Oh
man.
man, yeah, they did.
Beyond expectations,
Mhm.
way beyond expectations, and I have to give it to them. In Filipino, puso kung puso. Really, they really poured their hearts out into the series. We saw their resilience. We saw them not giving up. That's
Mhm.
very important for a team, and I think this just goes to show that they have a good future ahead of them,
Mhm.
at least at the very least for University Alliance Cup Wild Drift. So
Yeah, and we've got the Lottie of the game here,
oof.
Kelvs, man. I mean, it's a team effort as well, but Kelvs, he stayed alive. He gets that charm and he gets that DPS out from the orbs of deception, just staying alive, keeping those coming with 6 deaths, 6 kills, 1 death, and 10 assists there. And he is a mainstay in this game, and that's a reason he's like Mr. Worldwide for this team. He's very versatile and he can clutch when it counts.
Yeah, all that experience across so many roles. I'm pretty sure that came in as a very important factor
Mhm.
in the plays that he made. You know, the
Yeah.
spacing considerations, use of vision, recall timing, straightening, things like that are all very important in how a player delivers, how a player performs in not just one game but throughout the whole freaking series, man.
Oh man, yeah,
It was
yeah.
such a it was
And,
I
and,
don't know.
and Kome too. I
This
think,
honestly,
yeah,
honestly, this series was playoff finals worthy. Not
yeah.
gonna lie, I think it
Definitely.
was.
You'd imagine that if you saw this with no context, it was just the grand finals for UHC Wild Rift. No, that grand final is going to be happening next week on the same channels. For the Tagalog broadcast, it's going to be at AcadArena PH on FB as well. And of course, it's going to be on here, twitch.tv/AcadArena PH for the English broadcast. And wow, this is gonna be real nice. CPU versus HAU is going to be super, super exciting. But once again, man, PNU congratulations. Kome too. I'd like to highlight Kome being able to pull out the Braum, which I don't think anyone expected from him, judging from his champion pool, showing up as well. But the whole team pretty much made that happen. A little bit too close for comfort at times, but they got it back. Meanwhile, PNU, man, I want to see them. I want to see them turn that ash into flame once again in the next season of UAC.
Yeah, definitely something I'm extremely looking forward to. PNU is no longer, a no-name sort of
Mhm,
presence here in the Alliance
mhm.
League. They really showed us that
Yeah.
they can go head to head, go toe to toe with the giants of League of Legends, Wild Rift in
Mhm,
particular. So, amazing job by
mhm,
SULO.
mhm. And man, I don't know what else to say. It's this the end of that series is like explosive. But man, okay, let's give ourselves a little bit of time to breathe. Let's give the audience a little bit of time to breathe. You guys that have stayed with the stream, supported both teams as well. The stream would have been nothing without you guys. And this stream and this tournament wouldn't have been a thing without our amazing sponsors and partners. UAC 2021 is powered by Globe Telecom, ASUS ROG Phone 5, Logitech G, Riot Games, and Twitch Student. I mean, ROG. You saw them in the ROG replays that we had, in the interrogations that we've had, and the Lodi of the game was also presented by Logitech G. But most of all, it's you guys that are building up the collegiate scene here in the Philippines, the fans, the managers, the coaches, the players, even just the members of the organization, right? So just just keep on making this scene grow because it's all thanks to you. And I think that's a good way to cap off today's broadcast, man.
Yep,
So
yep,
we
yep.
have been Hiron and for Zerk, and we'll be seeing you for the finals, the grand finals between CPU Golden Lions and HAU Valiant Winks next week.